most of them, and then there's some more. But I'm mostly going to keep the camera here so it's more cozy and you can kind of see me. I've got my Tascam mic and I'm going to hold on to it. I sincerely apologize if you hear a kitten scurrying sounds during this video. My kitten has woken up from a nap conveniently and has decided that she will run around and probably bite at my toes. I tried to put her toys, like the loudest ones, in a place where she couldn't get to them, and I think I made a mistake. I think I made a great mistake. So first, we are going to start off with a series. This was my favorite series growing up. I have sold a few of my books that I knew I wasn't going to read anymore, but we have some series that are important to me. It's all Yuki's fault. It's all Yuki's fault. Just so we all know. She's a baby. It's always her fault. It's okay. Alright, so the first one I'm going to show you is the Wolves of the Beyond series. This was my favorite series growing up. This one is Shadow Wolf. So this is book number 2. You can see it's got a little wear and tear. Because I read these back in elementary school, which is many, many years ago. I only have 2 through 6. I think there's 6 total. Because I remember the series wrapped up and I was like, thank God, because I can't keep buying them like I'm a child. And I only have 2 through 6. So I read number 1, the original Wolves of the Beyond, in the library at my elementary school. Shout out. And so I never bought it, but then, you know, they wouldn't carry 2 through 6, so I just started buying them. When they were $4.99 So this is like teen fiction. I'm also not really trying to sell this one, I don't think, because I really, really like this one. This is Since You've Been Gone. I remember I loved this one. This one was like my favorite. I wasn't sure what it meant, but it was something. It was from Sloan. Sloan had sent me a list. So like the girl's friend goes missing, or like just kind of disappears from her life, and then leaves her a list of stuff to do. And what's going to happen when she gets all those things done? I might sell this one because I never ended up actually reading it. I bought it because it was also by Morgan Madsen. The Unexpected Everything. I like started it, but it was kind of too like undramatic, which you know is my thing. So like literally an ice cream truck, she's walking dogs. I was like, that's not dramatic enough. I have no idea what I was in the middle of saying, but okay. Alright, so yeah, The Unexpected Everything. These are thicker books. These are for like girlies that are into a little bit of stuff happening. I used to buy books like on a whim, and then if I liked it, I would buy that same author again, and usually not really get to it. So this is How to Love by Katie Cotugno. Cotugno, I don't know. But I really loved this one. This is about like teen pregnancy, that sort of thing. Yeah, I really like this one. So after that, I went and bought her next book called 99 Days, which actually, apparently with McKenna Grace, I think her name is, they're going to create a movie based on this book, 99 Days. I'm very excited. I want to read this book and then go see it, because even though it's a teen drama, I still think it could be interesting. I was always at the bookstores growing up. Oh my god. And then half the time I wouldn't get to these books, and it's crazy. This one is not in the script. It's by Amy Finnegan. It's from the If Only series. This one was actually really good. Like, I remember way more about this book than most. She like moves into Arizona from Hollywood, this girl, and she stars in a show called like Coyote Hills, and it's kind of a reality show, but mostly a scripted, like Degrassi type. And she just starts kind of falling for the guy because it's not in the script. This one I have not read yet, but it's, I think, a teen one. It's by Sarah Darer Littman. It's called Want to Go Private. I like that kind of, the dangers of teen life sort of book. And a lot of it has, as you can see, like text messaging and like online messaging in it. So I like the way that it's structured. So, maybe reading this one. It's Scholastic sponsored, so like I'm gonna, Abby and Luke chat online. They've never met, but they're going to soon. So be careful. The next series that I have that I'm actually trying to sell, if you want it, I'm just kidding, I mostly sell locally, is the One series by Kira Cass. This one's really infamous, but they don't cost that much, so it's really hard to sell them. Wait, no, I'm an idiot. This is the Selection series. I'm an idiot. No, I know I'm not an idiot, but I forgot to put them in the wrong order. So the Selection series, this is number 1. Then the Elite is number 2, and then the One, that's why she's wearing a wedding dress, is the final. I'm gonna guess that she wins his heart, but that's just a guess. This next section is gonna be a bit varied. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna show you my one teaching book that I have like in the book by a fellow teacher, so I appreciated that. I should actually be reading that. This one I bought at Dollar Tree on a whim. This is Alien Education. Wonder if it'll be good. Science fiction and steamy paranormal romance. Pretty cool. It's very thick, but I assume it's because it's so small in stature. Alright. We've got the 1 Minute Writer. So basically, it's 396 micro prompts to spark creativity and recharge your writing. Back when I was in school for writing, and that was kind of what I was going to do. So they've got like different minute prompts. So as you can see, we've got like a 1 minute prompt, a 10-minute prompt, a 20-minute prompt, and that's how long you're meant to take on those. There's also 5-minute prompts in there too. Would recommend. You just might need like a separate journal to write those prompts, like the answer to those prompts, because the pages are filled with the prompts. I love this book, and I've showed it on stream before at least. It's Unwind Your Mind, The Life-Changing Power of ASMR, and it's by Emma Whispers Red. Would definitely recommend this book. I always wanted a book that talked about ASMR as like a coffee table book, and I would highly recommend that one. Alright, this one I love the texture. This is the Me Journal. It's a questionnaire keepsake, and it was at Barnes & Noble or Books A Million or one of those for $8. Really cool journal. Let me see if I can flip to a page. So, for instance, it's kind of like a workbook. You kind of get like questions, votes. I think it's really cool. Like, for instance, you can do lists, multiple choice. Sometimes you do on a scale of 1 to 10. Sometimes you get like least favorites and favorite lists. Really like that one for only $8. It's like, hell yeah. I'm single right now, I will say. And so this book kind of fell apart. Luckily, it's not really written in, so I've got a chance. It's Me, You, Us, a book to fill out together. So I think you can either do it with a partner or with a friend. I think that was a Five Below purchase. You know, they had that little book section. This was also a Five Below purchase. It's called Money Hacks. It's for personal finance. Like it says $15.99 US, but I'm pretty sure it was $5 at Five Below. It's hacks to get and keep your money in your pocket. I like little self-help and tip books like that. This one is really cool. I was given it by a fellow teacher. This is called Brain Rules, 12 Principles for Surviving and Thriving at Work, Home, and School, because I live at home and I work at a school and I go to school because I'm in, my master's program. So really like this one. It's supposed to come with like a disc, but I don't have the disc. That's fine. I'll read. I think I'll actually do a part 1 and part 2, and I'll just, because there's so many, and the ones on the bottom I want to take time to actually talk to you about, so I'm mostly going to do like my college ones today, like books I got in college, or that I was forced to get in college. The best American science fiction and fantasy from 2017, it's because I started school in like 2018, like college. This was one of the very few best of American series that I kept because it's really good, and I remember stories in there that I was like blown away by. I love short stories, and it had some amazing ones in there, so I would definitely recommend this book. us read were like, whoa. Like, I love science fiction, not a lot more than I love fantasy, but, you know. This is The Poet's Companion. I have notes in here, which is why I haven't tried to sell it, because she made us like highlight and mark up this book when I did my poetry class for creative writing. It's a guide to the pleasures of writing poetry. So we would like read portions of this book, make notes on it, highlight on it, write on it, memorize it, do a test, and then we would write our own poetry. The binding on this is kind of broken, but this is just a 300 writing prompts book, and I'm pretty sure it's got actual space for you to write. So it'll ask you a prompt and then it'll give you the room to write, which is nice for once. Most books are just filled with prompts and then you gotta go buy a journal to like put them in. It's like a whole thing. This is one of the few books I also kept from, well, there's a lot of books I kept, but by choice. I kept The Practice of Creative Writing, a guide to students, for students. I really like this book. But it did start to feel a little bit redundant, I remember. But it's absolutely important information, even just like finding focus for chapter 1, working on procrastination, working on judgment, like worrying. Right? So definitely a good one if they make you buy it in college. This one I think I bought on my own, maybe from Target or somewhere. This is 321 creative writing prompts. Have you seen the amount of times that I have tried to get myself into writing again, and then I'm just so busy with teaching that I don't get it again. 712 things to write about. More. Apparently this was like, so this was either Barnes & Noble or Books A Million in the annex for $10. That sounds nice. So it's huge. And this one also provides a space to write in, which is really nice. And also just the texture of the page is really nice. This is from Five Below. This is Own Your Power. It's a guided journal. I kind of like guided journals. So it's like a daily one. Like you have some action plans, you have some notes, and then you have like a daily check-in, like did you get it done? I like books like that. Those are cool. This one is also like a story of my life type. You write, which I'm going to. You write about yourself. I guess some water got spilled on this because you can kind of see the pages at the top are fraying. But I'm really excited to write in this one. It's just, sometimes it's hard to reflect on my past because I might feel different about my past and like my childhood a day from now, you know? Like I might not always feel the same way about every scenario that's happened to me day by day. So it's hard. It's like taking a photo. It's like, I might feel different tomorrow. I don't know. This is when I was in the theater program before I was in the writing program, and it's acting in television and commercials for fun and profit. This one is just one that I really wasn't able to like get rid of. But it does provide a lot of good info about acting. Like we would read portions of this book and then go into acting class the next day, and it was awesome. I missed that part of my life. I got this at a bookstore, and it's writing your novel from start to finish. I got it from like a thrift bookstore, a guidebook for the journey. So it's got like raising the stakes, scenic overlook, plot planning. So it's got like, yeah, start to finish, how you should write your novel, like the best order in which you should focus on things. this is a book that I probably wouldn't recommend unless you're forced to buy it for a poetry class. This is Poetry of Mourning, the Modern Elegy from Hardy to Heaney. I don't know. The problem is redundancy. I am somebody that I don't like redundancy. I don't like it when a book repeats itself, or when it talks in gibberish, or when it talks in buzzwords. And unfortunately, this book, they're forced to write in buzzwords, and it just got to be too much for me. I read what I had to for class, and I was like, I've got a couple books like that, to be perfectly honest with you. Alright, this one is a very famous type of book, and it's called Burn After Writing. The idea is that you give, like, confessions in there. So, like, some things it asks are like, the hardest thing I've ever done, and then it gives you room to write, and I said, getting over what I thought was true love, and finally gaining a sense of self-preservation. And then aspirations as a child, singer, teacher, actress, to make people smile. So it's just like little confessions. How honest can you be when no one is watching? I like this one. This is One Page at a Time by Adam J. Kurtz. Some guy, a daily creative companion. Sometimes you're told to write a confession and tear out the page and burn it, and it's written in really cool font. So, like, you'll be asked to do something, and then, like, you have to follow the instructions. That's the idea, is that by the end of it, you have this cool, like, writing book of, like, creative ideas and creative moments, and you maybe can take inspo from that, or just enjoying the journey. This one I had a fun start with. This is the Stuff I Hate journal. I kind of like it. You have to use your creativity and imagination on this one, though. So you kind of have to pretend. And it's like a way to get out your hate. It's like a way to document the things that you don't like or the things that aggravate you, but they're led by prompts. And I like that. And finally, for the day, we'll do a part 2 later. I have my gratitude journal. I actually really liked this. So when I worked from home as like an executive assistant, sort of a marketer, every single day for a while, I was writing down. You would do a morning reflection and an evening reflection, and it would say, like, today's positive affirmation. So I would look up a positive affirmation that I liked for the day. Who am I grateful for and why? What will I do today to show gratitude? And then evening reflections. This is pretty cool. And evening reflections would be like, what good things happened today? What feelings did I have? How have I helped or made a positive impact? And a positive thought from today. So just a really nicely moving journal. I'll also show you this. This is Morgan's bookmark. I like to make my own bookmarks, so like I made this on Canva. I printed it out, cut it, laminated it, and then cut it again. So I like making my own bookmarks. I made some for my